Hello, superstars. I hope all is well. As you know, it's been a minute since I've hopped on and I did a mental health check. Of course, it's been due to, me experiencing an assault at my apartment complex. I had to get up, I had to move, so I've really been prioritizing my mental health. But I've just been making sure that I've stayed in contact with you, those who've needed any assistance. You've been able to email me or reach out to me if you needed any help. I've left comments for your assignments as far as your reviews. And then also just making sure your modules are good to go. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this past week. Excuse me. It was pretty much the start of your midterm prep, what you see in your course syllabus. But having that week to just, breathe and not have anything to turn in. I know many of you reached out to me and said thanks for that. I'm currently just in the process of just making sure that you all know what you should be doing and what you're turning in. All right, so for your midterm this week, which is due on Sunday, you have two assignments. Okay, you have your manifesto. All right, and then you also have your first 6 entries of your leadership journal. Now, in order to find out the specifics and the rubrics and all that good stuff, just go to your course syllabus. Your course syllabus will then tell you exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to your journals and your manifestos. For your journal, there is no template. You would just actually use the template for your APA and pretty much have subsections where you will have your title page, which you make sure all the information on there is correct, your name's on your paper, fonts consistent throughout, the same thing that you do with your reading responses. And then you will have your subsections. Okay, you have your subsections. It pretty much goes on to say journal entry 1. The date, as it said in your course syllabus, has to be from this semester. And so the date, we'll say today's date is February 24th or 2/24, 2026. And then you would answer the 2 questions that are presenting. What did you observe? And then, of course, what do you believe could have been done differently? Or if you feel the observation was a great observation, you can say it was a great observation and how you will be able to apply that. So remember, you're going in and you're doing the journal entry, then you're putting the date, and that's all on one line, like the subheading. Below that, you have a number 1, and you'll put down, what did you observe? Then you will have then what you observe is in that answer format. So just like you do with your responses, you have the question that's being presented, and then you have the answer that's below it. Then under the same journal entry number 1, you'll have question number 2, and that's, of course, what would you done differently, the question that's presented in your course syllabus under your journals. Okay, you're going to do, once you're done with answering those 2 questions under that one journal, you're going to repeat that with your other journal entry. Okay, so please just make sure that you're following the questions and the guidelines that are located in your syllabus. That way you can get all your points. It's really simple. Just make sure your work's looking polished. You're making sure all the font's consistent. But other than that, that's pretty much what you're doing for your journals. Okay, the next thing you have is your manifesto. So for the manifesto in module 4, it has the examples presented, and it also has the rubric for you also presented. So no one example is what you're like, oh, you have to do it this way, or you this one is the one that you must do. It's just to provide you with examples. Okay, and one of the main things that I see is just making sure you have that excerpt of yourself and leadership. Ultimately, it should be what position you're interested in, and how it aligns with your values and goals. And if you're an entrepreneur, that's fine too, but ultimately it's basically like a pitch. So if you were to be in front of, like I said, in my physical class, we chose Sony. If you were in front of the Sony CEO, how would you break down like why you deserve to be in a certain position? How would you connect with them? And not to just go and throw anything out. Of course, you'll make that genuine personal connection, but if it's a elevator pitch, you only got like a minute and y'all are stepping into this elevator with each other, would you be able to go off the top of your head and tell them about yourselves and your values and so on and so forth? If you're not able to do that now, and that's what your manifesto is helping you to prepare for. Please remember that your manifesto, those values and all that good stuff, that excerpt about yourself is a part of your presentation. So the work that you put in now is going to benefit you when it comes to your presentation, because you'll pretty much already have major portion of your final presentation done. So please don't take it lightly as you're going through and you're getting this work done, okay? Other than that, that's really what you have to do for this coming Sunday. Once again, I'm in the process of doing like the grading for your assignments, like your assignment 1, just because it takes a lot of detail when it comes to grading and everything. And I'm trying to make sure that I stay up to date with the assignments that you're turning in now. Please remember, at the beginning of the semester, you all had that additional 2 weeks to do, your assignments. So it's additional work for me to get to said assignment, because I want to make sure that you're staying up to date on others' assignments. But you will be getting that one. And as a reminder, the grades usually don't, like, I release all the grades at the same time. So if you're seeing your grades through, please just wait until all grades have been released, because pretty much everyone else's should be blocked out now, before asking any questions about said assignment. And if you do have any assignments, questions, once I have that release, you're more than welcome to set up a meeting with me during my office hours. If you can't meet with me during my office hours, we can try to schedule something around that works for the both of us. But you just have to reach out and let me know that you're unable to make it to a meeting or a certain time frame. You would need a certain time frame to meet, and there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody has different schedules. So thank you so much for your patience with me, as I too have been going through my own mental health and seeing my therapist and all that stuff about my assault at my apartment. So my previous apartment. So thank you so much for your patience. Like I said, one thing that I do desire is for you all to see that we are all humans. We all have experiences. Those experiences impact us differently, and how we show up. But I'm so proud of you for the things that you all are going through, that we see going on out in the world, but also the private battles that you're facing that people don't know about. Y'all are phenomenal. You got this. And if you have any questions, you can ask on this video about your assignment. I would prefer for you to ask within the video, because somebody might have the same question, and then everybody has access to those answers instead of it just being, an individual thing. So let me know if you need any assistance. It seems everybody who's actually needed assistance, really needed help, has just reached out to me through email. So y'all been doing a really good job of that. If you do have questions, you haven't reached out, reach out. Excuse me, it's just taking me a little bit longer to get to assignment 1, because you have such major projects, and my focus has been handle major projects. Remember, your lowest score for your reading or viewing assignment will be dropped with the extra credit opportunity that's being presented. But what you will notice is that as you're getting your grades back, you're like, oh, well, actually, I'm doing well. You're doing well because my focus is for you to get the reading assignments and apply it and see what information works best for you as you observe other leaders, because the best way to serve is to observe. And by looking at the stories of these other leaders and the individuals that we see to be amazing and their accomplishments, like how did they do it? These are the stories of how they're doing it, so what you get from it is more important than a lot of the formatting. However, as a leader, I'm preparing you for your entertainment law classes. And there's some people who are doing both of my classes and they're like, oh my goodness, like I could see how leading in the entertainment industry will help in entertainment law and ethics. I'm happy to have you in both, but for those of you who are doing the work, I know you're looking at it, it's like, oh, I see why she had us do it this way, in order to prepare us. But I just know that y'all got this. Have any questions, hit me up. Thank you everyone for your kind words and your well wishes as I'm going through my own things at this time. Keep up the good work, and I'm here if you need me.